Thank you very much. That is cold. Well, thank you for the warm welcome. It's always good to be in Thailand, to see familiar faces, to feel you guys are just very welcoming. It's great to be here, especially for such a happy occasion, a good product launch. We're all familiar with gel. We've been around. Gel Plus, the company in one form or another, has been around for a very long time. And we're familiar with gel. And we have a good product line. We have 7 different traditional gel products. And we've gone through each of these before. We know what they do and what their functions are. A couple of years ago, we came out with a gel crystal product. Gel nutrients in general, they started with tablets. It's a very common, very basic idea. As we moved on in technology, we went to capsules. And capsules is a little bit better than tablets. Tablets are compressed really hard with several tons of force. Capsules are not quite as bad. Well, then we came to gel. We invented gel back roughly 2004. Been about 20 years. Now, gel has so many benefits. It's helped so many different people. We have better absorption, compliance. People will take it more readily because people don't like to take capsules and tablets. It's difficult for them to do. But we've been able to break gel into a couple of different categories. So one is the traditional gel that we have, the Umi, the Exo, the Flex. The next one that we have is with the gel crystals. It still, once we add the water, it still becomes gel. But the next one that we have really opens things up for us, which is, as we announced, we have the gel strips. It's a new twist on gel. So we have the gel packs, and we have them individually packed. We can open them, put them right on your tongue. It's a whole different experience. We don't have to mix it up in a shake. We don't have to have the packet of the gel. We can just put it on our tongue, and it absorbs into the body, and it's very effective that way. Now, with the products that we have so far, there's a lot of different systems that we can affect. Now, if we look at Umi helps a lot with our immune system. It helps with a lot of different things. But one of them is our immune system. If we look at Exo, it's going to help with protecting us from the environment that we have. If we look at Flex is going to help with the joints. Whether you're being active or whether you're starting to get old like me and just moving around gets a little harder. Viz, throw the glasses away. If you can have the benefit of Viz, each of those, if you look throughout the body, you can see each of the products that we have, that they affect different areas of the body. But one thing that we don't have yet, or that we now have, is a way to affect the brain. See, and honestly, this is what I like to see here. We've got empty packets laying on the counter here of people that have taken the product. I love to see that, because not only does it mean that you're taking the product, but from a business standpoint, leaving that there, it's like having a business card laying out there. It's really nice to see. It's easy. Okay, so we have this is not to scale. These are actually bigger than normal.
Right.
It would be. I mean, you like. Very, very hard to do. Okay, so we've got 10 packets in 10 strips in each packet. Now they're individually wrapped. How many of you have tried a gel strip or a strip that is not individually wrapped? It's very hard. They stick together. They're awful. Individually wrapped is the best way to go, particularly in Thailand, Southeast Asia. There's a lot of humidity. Things stick together a lot. Having them individually wrapped it's a lot more involved from a manufacturing standpoint, but it's something that we have to have. So if you haven't had a gel strip before, this is what the individual pack will be. You open, you peel the top, you peel it apart, pull the strip out, and put it right on your tongue. Now, the specific benefit of this product goes to the brain. Now, your brain controls all of this, right? It's going to control your eyes. It's going to control your hearing. It's going to control your motor function, the way you're able to move around. So when you affect the brain, you affect the whole body, okay? So my My dear mother, she's 87. She's had some trauma in her body in the past, but she can't walk right now. Her feet don't do what her brain tells it to do. So it's not that she's paralyzed. It's that when she tells her foot, move forward, and it doesn't obey her. It doesn't follow it because the brain, those pathways have broken down over that time. Now she's had some specific damage that's unique to her, but the concept is there. Every function in our body, almost everyone, is controlled by the brain. Now, over the course of history, they've mapped out the brain. All these different folds, they've all been, tracked as doing this or doing that. And they've been able to find out where vision is processed, where hearing is processed, where your ability to move around is processed. And they've mapped it all out. With the brain, they've been able to map out there's different lobes in the brain, different areas. Like, for instance, this is the occipital lobe. This is going to control your vision. And within those different neighborhoods, there's different, we have attention, planning, decision-making. In this section, we have memory, processing, and emotions, movement, touch, taste, vision, all of these. So that they all have different functions, and different parts of the brain, they have different requirements. Now, as you saw in the video that opened this event, one of the things that we want to focus on, and it really doesn't matter what age you are, the videos seem to focus a little more on elderly people. They're an important category for this product. But you know what? People my age, people your age, people Timmy's age, all can benefit from this product, and they can benefit from the same nutrients, but in different ways, because depending on what age you're at, you use your brain differently for different reasons. Now, one of the main ways that we use our brain that goes away as we get older, to feel some memory loss. When I was younger, 52 was super old. Okay, very, very old. Now that I'm 52, it doesn't feel that old. But for this, it doesn't matter. If I'm 18, if I'm 30, if I'm 50, if I'm 70, doesn't matter. Memory, processing, decision-making, attention, movement, speech, these are all things that are critical to just day-to-day function. Now, if you're a student and you're in school, doesn't matter if you're a young student or if you're an older student, doesn't make a difference. You need to remember the things that you're studying. The reason you're in school is to learn things, to be able to get those grades, to be able to get that degree, whatever it is. And if you can't remember the things that you've studied, that whole purpose kind of falls down, doesn't it? Now, if you're an employee or if you run your own business, if you're a team member here and you're trying to run and build your business, you need to be able to make good decisions, good thinking, clear thinking. And if you're a senior, if you're getting older, you don't want that ability to go away. You don't want to not know if your children called you yesterday. I can call my mom. It's new for her every day because she doesn't remember that I called her yesterday. And it's kind of sad for me, but it's also fun because I can talk about the same things over and over and over. Makes the conversation easy, but when I think about it, it makes me sad. It's hard to see, and I wish that she didn't have to go through it. But taking a product that is going to support our memories, our ability to make memories, and our ability to recall those memories, it's so important for us as we get older. So how many of us are personally affected by one of these things that we either need to remember because we're a student, or we need to be better at our jobs, or we don't want to be forgetful as we get older? So, I mean, even me, myself, I need to learn I need to keep learning. With what I do with product development, I need to keep learning the new things that are coming out. I need to learn new advancements in technology, new research that's coming out. As an employee, as a business owner and all of that, I need to be able to be my best for you guys so you can benefit from that. And as I said, I'm super duper old, 52, right? And so I need to use my memory. I need to remember my kids. I need to remember my lovely wife. I need to remember all of you. I need my memory for all three of those different functions. Alpha GPC, which delivers a compound called choline. Now, choline is, it's very important to the brain, and we'll explain why here in just a moment. But the huperzine and the alpha GPC, these both focus on choline. Phosphatidylserine, and we also have the B vitamins. Now, these are all of critical importance to the brain. These are, if I had a top 5 guest list of ingredients that I wanted to invite into this product, this is really it. These are some of the very best ingredients that we could use. Now, one thing that we need to keep in mind is this gel strip it's very small, right? You can't pack a lot of ingredients in there. So you need to pick the most important ones. It maybe weighs 120 milligrams, very, very light, very small. And so if I wanted to put several grams of material in there, I couldn't, because it just doesn't fit into a gel strip. So these ingredients are incredibly potent. Each one it only needs a very small amount to be very, very effective. And when you deliver it in a gel strip, the absorption takes place under your tongue and in your cheeks. A lot of that absorption takes place there. So it doesn't have to go through your stomach. It doesn't have to be broken down by the acids, broken down by the liver. A lot of it gets absorbed into your bloodstream, and that makes this product so much more effective and actually separates it from the other types of gel. Traditional gel, you can get some sublingual, some buccal, some cheek absorption, but not as much as you will with this, because this is one designed to hold in your mouth and let it dissolve and absorb that way. Okay, so it has these specific effects. It increases the blood flow to the brain. When you have blood flow to your brain, you're getting more oxygen into your brain. More oxygen means better thinking, right? Better decision-making, better brain nutrients. It improves your memory, allows you to create and recall memories, and it has effect on dementia and possible with stroke benefit. Not benefit, but mitigating the damages that take place from a stroke. It helps specifically with memory, learning, and attention. Now, attention is a big deal. It's difficult to learn something if you can't pay attention to what you're learning. Just being around it is not going to be enough to learn something. I need to focus on what you're saying to be able to pick up and learn what you're teaching me. The way it does this is by increasing the body's acetylcholine. It's a neurotransmitter in the brain that actually helps you create memories. It helps you recall memories. Now, there's some things in the brain that break down acetylcholine. What this does is it slows the breakdown of acetylcholine so that you have more of it in your brain. Now, if you have a good memory, it's easier to learn. Attention is a whole different thing. Maybe you have a great memory and it's easy to learn, but you have a bad attention span. Well, the increase in choline helps you focus and pay attention better. Now, the alpha GPC, what this does, it provides choline, and so it improves the acetylcholine content in your brain because it gives the building blocks for your body to be able to produce more of it, which means that your memory, your ability to recall memories is going to be improved. These are just kind of the highlight benefits, but there's so many other benefits. That's the main one for the alpha GPC. Now, phosphatidylserine, it's a big word, it's a mouthful, but the benefits are a little bit easier to say. It improves the memory, it improves your ability to learn, your focus, and your concentration. Now, it does this by supporting the mechanisms. And see, these others, this stops it from being broken down. This increases its production. This works around the edges. It helps improve the production process of neurotransmitters. It helps to make things flow better. It's kind of like oil in your engine. It makes things run more smoothly. So serine, phosphatidylserine, is a very important thing. It's a very effective thing to get your brain working properly and keep it working properly. Now, the B vitamin blend, it's not just, it is B12, there's B6, there's B9, there's a lot of different B vitamins in there. But what they do is they help your body produce more neurotransmitters. Now, without neurotransmitters, your brain doesn't function right. So by producing more of them, you have a better effect. It's going to improve your memory. It helps with nerve health, and cognitive function in general. It helps you break down nutrients that provide glucose to help give you brain food. The B vitamins are essential. They work throughout your body, but they also have a very specific brain function by supplementing these. Now, with this dose form, with all gel dose forms, we have all of these benefits here. We have better convenience. Now, the gel packs are very convenient. They're easy to hand out. They're easy to carry with you. How easy is a gel strip to carry with you? That fits in your wallet. I don't want to put an Umi in my wallet. That's not going to end well. But it's very convenient. Better distribution. There we go. Better absorption. This is the key. This is the key. We also have no preservatives, which is an added benefit that, I'll be honest, a lot of companies can't say. That they need preservatives because their manufacturing process is not that great. And those preservatives are needed to keep their products clean. We have a very high quality manufacturing process for all of our products it's such high quality that we don't even have to use preservatives to keep them clean. Now, the better absorption is the key here. Again, under the tongue, in the cheek. It's going to go into the bloodstream and be very effective that way. That's something that we don't have in all of these other dose forms. Now, if we look at, I like this guy because he's very, very transparent, right? You take things through your stomach or through your mouth into the stomach. Now, the stomach is very acidic. It's a very hostile environment. It's designed to digest things, to break them down. When you take nutrients into the stomach, it does break some of those nutrients down. So by having one of the reasons that we originally chose gel as the dose form is because it protects the nutrients. It protects the nutrients from the stomach acids. It allows it to get into your small intestine and begin absorbing, because we don't want it to break everything down while it's in the stomach. Well, the step up that we have with the gel strips is we don't have to pass through the stomach to get it all to break down. It's a revolutionary concept. It's a very good idea. But you also have to be very careful with what you deliver, because there are some things that you don't want to go directly into your bloodstream. You want them to go through your stomach and through your liver. These brain nutrients are the perfect ones to get right into your bloodstream, because we want to have all of those nutrients right there. So we've seen a lot of these absorption slides before, and they're very applicable and they're helpful. They still work with the gel crystals, with the traditional gel. So this is a picture of the small intestine. But honestly, I'm going to show you some pictures of things that we don't need to know for the gel strips, because we don't have to go through the small intestine here. If we expand the small intestine, we get a close-up, and we get these little fingers called microvilli. So these are the microvilli. So these are the villi. They're like little fingers, but these are like little hairs on the fingers, and they're very tiny. And that's where a lot of your nutrients absorb from if you take it a traditional route. So from there, it gets absorbed either through the cell or in between the cells. The different nutrients will get absorbed different ways sometimes. But it's the gel technology, the traditional gel technology, actually enhances the absorption at this point. It helps it get into your system better. The gel strips bypasses this whole process. There we go. So once it goes through the cells, it goes into the bloodstream. And that's where it takes it to the, it'll take it to the liver and then get processed there. So it gets broken down in the stomach, gets put into the blood, taken through the liver. We're skipping that. We're going right into the bloodstream, under the tongue, in the cheek, and it's not headed directly to the liver at that point. It's headed throughout the body.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome videos.